Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Trading Manager for GDM with today's outlook. Starting with Asian equities today, they traded mixed on Monday as an expected weak trading report from China over the weekend, along with a sell-off in US shares last Friday, and of course today's Chinese CPI and PPI, which came out worse than expected, depressed trading sentiment. Fresh stimulus from the Bank of Japan boosted the dollar-yen in the final quarter of 2014, but as upward momentum wanes. Now, charts suggest a critical test is at hand. The dollar-yen briefly rose above 121 in December after the BOJ expanded its stimulus program at the end of October. Coupled with forecasts for Federal Reserve rate hike mid-year, May investors expect the dollar-yen would continue to rise, but uncertainty about the BOJ's ability to achieve its growth and inflation targets has, of course, undercut that momentum. Now the dollar-yen is testing the support at 119 versus the USD. Moving to Australia, over there the Prime Minister may have survived the critical leadership challenge on Monday, but that doesn't mean he'll remain in power for much longer. Experts are reporting so. An internal vote held between all Liberal Party members of the Parliament revealed that 61 MPs voted for Abbott to remain in power, while 39 were against him. Despite Monday's spill motion, the Aussie remains relatively unchanged at 78.06 US cents. In Europe, we're eyeing Stoxx Europe 600 index climbed less than 0.1% to 370.61 this morning. Banks dragged European stocks lower yesterday as concerns grew over Greece after, of course, Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras affirms that his rejection of the country's internal bailout program. Now, Greek Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis faces his 18 euro area counterpart on February 11 at an emergency meeting in Brussels, where German Chancellor Angela Merkel has shown little willingness to compromise on the conditions attached to Greece's bailout, as Mediterranean nations try to drum up support for a bridge funding plan before the finance ministers gather. Now, the euro closed little changed at 113.20 yesterday's trading session, where, of course, we're eyeing in the commodity sector gold gains to a second straight session on Tuesday as worries over Greece's future in the eurozone and a decline in global equities supported the safe haven metal. The price rose 0.3% to 1242.90 an ounce in the Asian session, after gaining 0.5% yesterday. The metal continues, of course, to move it in its narrow range below the 200 exponential moving average and a resistance of 1248, from where, if breached, we will see further gains. Taking a look at oil briefly, for a third day, it rose most on Monday at 53.78 a barrel, as OPEC forecasts gather demand for crude this year will be more than previous, though projections less supply for countries outside the group. Data from the last week showed the US oil rig count at a 30-year low also boosted prices, which were, of course, attempting to find a floor after a brutal sell-off in crude which wiped out over half of the market's value since June. That's all for today from me. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.